Welcome to today's video, guys. Single women have been asking, where are all the good men? Where are all the nice guys? What happened to all the real men? Without wasting time, let's get straight into it.
Where are the real men, guys? Like the men who buy flowers, the men who will pick you up, the men who build shit. Where is the chivalry? The men who know how to love, who don't bring their trauma and baggage into a relationship. Do these men exist?
Yeah, these men do exist. They're just not interested in playing this little game with you. Let's see what some of them say. The good men. Someone here says, I got told I treated her too well. Isn't that crazy? How do you treat someone too well? They want to be treated like dogs, essentially. Another comment here says, apparently we've been replaced by bears. Yeah, do you guys remember that?
Okay, I have a theory on why all the hottest girls are single and nobody's married yet. I figured it out. It's because before, hot women were a rare commodity. Now, everyone is just way too hot. It's easy for girls to get hot, right? And now it's like when you see a desirable, high value man, they have way too many options. And girls don't have options anymore. And it's so frustrating because it's like, people would kind of date in their lane, if you know what I mean. Before there was like fillers and Botox and hair and cute outfits and spray tans and all that stuff. People would date in their lane. Now, everyone's hot. And no, men can't do any type of like plastic surgery or height surgery or whatever. And with women working and men working equal pay, that's also a rare thing. So, ladies, we need to figure out a way to make men suck again. Sorry, they do suck. That's my point. They do suck. We just need to even out the ratio here. We're too hot. Men need to catch up to us. You know what I mean?
So this lady's argument here is women are single because they're too hot. The dating market has just become oversaturated with like beautiful women. Men are basically spoiled for choice. Okay, you aren't the prize anymore. We have a comment here saying, red flags all over. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. We have another comment here saying, so women fake their way into being hot with makeup, BBLs, fillers and so on to date above their league. I see. Yeah, that's basically what she's saying. They're too hot for us, guys. They're way too hot for us. Let's just leave them alone.
You be quiet for a little while. Then when he asks what's wrong, it's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it right now. Then he's going to wonder what it is. And he's going to bust himself if he says, well, why are you asking? Is it something I did? And you're going to be like, yes. Then he's going to start naming stuff you might not even know about. So don't give him too much information. Just be quiet. He says, why are you quiet? Is it me? And say, yes. What did I do? Don't say nothing. And then he's going to start making up excuses for every little thing he thinks it could be. Okay? And then you're going to gather more information. And when you gather more information, you have more leverage. When you have more leverage, he might tell you something you didn't even know. Was it about that time I didn't answer my phone at 3 o'clock in the morning? Busted. It's about that time that he's going to tell you everything you need to look into. Then you can say, you know what? I don't really want to talk about this right now. I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up. I mean, you haven't even asked me to be your Valentine, or you haven't even asked me what I wanted. You haven't even asked me what I wanted for Valentine's Day. Then start pulling up stuff on your phone. Expensive jewelry or whatever.
Now, just the caption of this video is titled Manipulation 101. Look, if you're needing to manipulate your partner, that's not a healthy relationship. And then you're surprised when men are not interested in dating. This is exactly why. What type of game is this? What type of game is this? We have a comment here saying, damn, that didn't work. Yeah, of course it wouldn't. Of course it wouldn't. If your man is secure, he wouldn't be falling for such things. You would just lose him. We have another comment here saying, step 1, find a man who cares if I'm upset. Exactly. If you're taking advice from single women, you're going to end up single. Plain and simple.
I'm telling you, that singleness only hits you at night. When you ripping and running throughout the day, when you at work, when you whatever extracurricular activities, when you doing hobbies, when you at the gym, you don't even care about being single. That's not even on your mind. But when you pull up to the house at night and you get in that bed alone, that's when you be like, I really wish I could cuddle up with somebody, or I really wish I could tell somebody about my day. That's it. That's when the singleness hits you like, damn, I wish I had somebody. But throughout the day, you don't even be thinking about like, oh, I wish I had somebody to, talk to on my lunch break, or, like, I'm not even thinking about that stuff. But at night, when I lay my head down in that empty ass bed, oh yeah, that's when I be like, dang, yeah, I wish I had a little stink.
Yeah, during the day, you're busy doing your independent girl thing. You're busy with work. You are satisfied. You are content with work. You're satisfied with your life at that point. When you go home and you're all alone, that's when the loneliness hits you. That's when you realize that you need more in your life than a paycheck.
Yo, this is for my single people. Why every time, like, when we decide to pursue someone and then, like, you start getting into it, like, probably go on a date or just talking to them or whatever like that, but then you get annoyed at it at the same time. It's like, dang, you've been single for so long. At least me speaking, I've been single for so long that when you start getting to it, it's just like, man, I don't even want to do this shit. Like, damn, like, and I understand why people that was always in relationships, they always in relationships because, like, that's what they used to. There's a reason why people is single for a long time, because we used to this shit. So now when we doing this shit, it's like, oh my God, like, damn, I forgot the work we gotta do. We have to actually care about shit. Because I don't be caring about shit. Like, when you single, you don't gotta care about shit.
A lot of men are quickly realizing that they really don't need relationships. All it brings them is stress and more problems. So a lot of the time, men will just really prefer to just focus on themselves because they see no benefit in pursuing a relationship with someone. We have a comment here saying, it becomes very optional. I don't need it for real. Exactly what I'm saying. Another comment here says, relationships are draining, period. Yep. No one needs them. A lot of guys are just realizing that they can just go through life alone. Don't actually need a woman. Life is so convenient now. If you need food, just Uber Eats. You need cleaners, you can hire them. If you have enough money, you can basically do whatever you want.
I figured it out. I know where all of the men who are seeking emotional connection and mental connection and spiritual connection are. Are you ready to hear where they are? They're at home. They're at the gym. They're at work. They're busy healing themselves, and they don't have any more time to be seeking out different people at bars or clubs or out in the streets, because that's not where they are.
Yeah, either that or they are married. Either that or they are already married. You probably had your chance and fumbled. And they moved on.
One of the hardest things about dating and being single is that you're constantly going through a cycle of someone not choosing you. And for me, I think the constant cycle of rejection, essentially, right? Putting yourself out there, hoping that this guy chooses you or sees something in you where he's like, wow, she's the one. I want to pick her. I want to build a future with her. She's my forever person. When you keep going through those cycles of someone not choosing you, at least for me, it does take a toll on my confidence level, and it takes a toll on my eagerness to keep putting myself out there and keep dating. I don't know. And after a series of like rejections and being hurt in situationships, it's kind of exhausting. And you get to a point where you're like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this or if I can keep doing this, like mentally, physically. After a while, it does take a toll on you. So I'm trying to remain hopeful, but I'm reaching a point where I'm losing hope at the same time.
This is exactly what men have been through. This is exactly what happened to men. Alright? Men were very optimistic. Men used to pursue women all the time. But after years of rejection, they finally learned. They became better people and just decided to focus on themselves. They're not interested anymore.
Where are the real men at? I'm sick of it. They don't make men like they used to. I'm gonna say it loud and proud, because tell me why men these days, they don't want to do an oil change. They don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to do anything. If Google doesn't know, babe, they don't know. Tell me why my dad knows every single thing to do with his hands. I could ask my dad to literally build a bridge for me to get to the other side of the road. That man will do it within 1 hour. You ask a man this day and age, hey, can you tell me how to check my tyre pressure? Yeah, let me Google that. What do you mean you have to Google it? What do you mean you have to Google it, man? What do you mean? You are a man. This is what you're built for, babe. This is what you're built for, and you don't even know how to check my tyre pressure. Please. I'm sick of having men that don't know how to literally use their hands. I'm sick of it. Be a man!
No, I disagree with this. I think lots of men know how to do practical things with their hands, like changing a tire, for example. I think they choose not to be helpful. They choose who they help. Okay, and I think it just comes down to respect. You respect your father, and in response to that, he helps you with certain stuff, like building a bridge. If you respected your man enough, he would be willing to do all those things for you. It's in our nature.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all 4 brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities.
Look, if you're not willing to go 50-50 with the man, you need to be willing to go 100% by yourself. And it's taking a toll on you now. It's not easy. It really isn't easy. I feel for you. It would have been easier with a man, with a partner.
I need a boob job. I need arm lipo. I need a tummy tuck. I need a BBL. I need 900 wigs. I need extensions on my ass. I need a tan. I need fake lashes. I need a gym subscription every fucking month. I need veneers.
The only thing we need is respectful women. That's all. If you're a respectful woman, you might just get those things. Okay, guys, we have one more clip before we reach the end of the show. If you haven't already, drop a like and subscribe. See you next time.
Where are all the good men? Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies, but they're done. They've walked away from today's modern women. They're done with dating, done with marriage, done with relationships. And no, ladies, it's not because they're scared, like you all are telling each other is the case. No, the real reason they're leaving is because they don't see a point in relationships anymore. Because there is no point in relationships for today's men. They're expected to give while getting nothing in return. They're told that they need to honor, respect, and provide for women while never seeing it reciprocated to them in any way. They've been told time and again that they aren't needed, aren't wanted, aren't necessary, and that they should just go away and leave women alone. And ladies, we've heard you loud and clear. We've said, fine, if that's what you want, we're going to give it to you. And that, ladies, is where these good men are, off doing their own thing and enjoying life, because they are done dealing with the drama, narcissism, and insane expectations most of you have.